Hello, welcome to the show. Live from Dennis's house. Did you know this is the world's only show that is a record review show and a comedy show and live performance show?
I didn't.
I know you didn't. So the show airs every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can find it on YouTube on the Live from Dennis's House channel. It's very easy to find. Just go to YouTube, type in Live from Dennis's House. I'll pop up all my past shows. You'll see Rich back there. You'll see everybody. So, and if you have a chance, go and subscribe because you can win valuable prizes if you subscribe. My friend's cousin won a Buick recently. But prizes may vary where you live in your time zone. But you never know. So, anyway, we have a great show for you today. I have my special guest, the lovely and talented Rich Curcio. No, Rich Pacesa. See, that's it. I tried to joke. You see, that's Comedy 101. You thought I was going to mention you, lovely and talented, but then I switched it, but I screwed up the names. So let me start over. The lovely and talented Joan Curcio, who sings like an angel, and we'll be performing a song later. And my sidekick, Rich Pacesa.
Nice.
So, and today we have the awesome album that Joan requested herself. It is Dreamboat Annie by Heart. Look at that.
Oh.
Yep, just don't block me. I'm blocking the mic now, so put it down. All right, it's a tradition on the show, as you know, if anyone's seen it. Now we have to smell it. This one doesn't smell that musty, but check it out.
No, it smells pretty good.
Yeah, right? Where did I keep that one?
I don't know.
That one's in the vault.
Under his pillow.
So, this is an amazing album. And we will play a little for you now. Ah, listen to that. We don't want to have it too loud, as always. Lower it a little. This song is called Magic Man, which we will be performing later, too. So, did you know that this album was released in 1976 on Valentine's Day? And it's like almost Valentine's Day as well. So, why don't you tell us a little bit about this album here and why you chose this album?
Well, Heart has always been one of my favorites. And as a teenager, whenever you sang with a group of boys, they didn't really want to do girl stuff. So I haven't had a lot of opportunity to sing it. And as some of you may already be aware, Heart was greatly influenced by Led Zeppelin, one of my favorites, and I know the fellas here have also been influenced by Led Zeppelin. And so to have female vocalists and female guitarists play inspired by the great band Led Zeppelin and do such a great job and stay pretty popular for a long time.
Yeah, this came out, this was the first album, 76, and they're still around now.
Yeah.
They were just inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame last year.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, just along with Rush, right?
Was it the same year?
I think it was the same year, yeah.
Wow.
And then, like you said, they talk about Led Zeppelin. They were at some benefit recently, with or something, that I always see the clip now, where they're playing, Heart is playing Stairway to Heaven, and Jimmy Page and Robert Plant are weeping in the audience.
Really?
I swear.
That.
And I think the president was there, and
President of Geffen Records?
No,
oh.
The president.
Oh, that president.
Rutherford B. Hayes, because it was quite a few years ago.
Yeah, his nickname was Woody. He went on to be a great basketball coach. No, I think I got that mixed up.
Yeah.
Wrong guy.
So anyway, when this album came out, I remember 1976 when this came out. I was a little stupid kid living in Queens, and I remember there used to be a commercial for it on TV. Like, I would see the commercial, and I was like, oh my God, they would show them, and they were two beautiful girls, and they were playing this in the background of the commercial. And I was like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing ever. So I ran right out and got it, and here it is to this day. So, yeah.
Did you have a favorite?
Now, do we even know which one's which?
This is Nancy Wilson, the
She's
blonde.
the guitar player, right?
She's the guitar player.
Okay.
And that's Ann Wilson,
Yes.
the vocalist.
So.
And they both wrote songs together. They both co-wrote, I think, most of the songs.
Yeah. Do you have a trivia contest for me, Rich, about Heart, or should I just give the facts as I know them?
I don't have a trivia contest for you. Last time you had one for me, so you throw me off.
Okay. Well, anyway, they are from Seattle. Heart is from Seattle. Way before grunge, they were from
That's
Seattle,
right.
and they were influenced. I read this. They were influenced when they saw the Beatles on Ed Sullivan, and they said, "That's it. We're going out. We're forming a band. I want to play music." You know, they were little, but then later on they got into, like I said, Zeppelin and all that stuff. And there's actually a song on here I have to play that it sounds just like a Jethro Tull song, and it has a flute in it and everything. Because it's been so long, you know all these Heart songs, Magic Man, Crazy on You, and all this. But then there's like every other song on here is good, but you don't really get to hear it. And that's the beauty of pulling out the album and stuff. You get to go back and listen to that. Listen to that. They are some badass musicians too. They actually pulled a Fleetwood Mac. Are you aware of that? That the singer, which is Ann, I gotta remember this. Ann is the singer. She was dating like the manager, and his brother was the guitar player who Nancy was dating. So they were all in the band at about the same time. They were all dating, and then it went downhill. And
I was wondering what you meant by a Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah. So
Me too.
They all broke up at the same time, and Nancy started dating the drummer. So there was lots of turmoil and tension, and that's why. They got all new band members and they stayed together.
But the sisters remained.
Yes. And one funny story that I was reading too, that they had not the managers, some of the publicists, whatever. His name was Shelley something or other, and I forget what his name was, but his name was Shelley. And to get this album played, he would go to radio stations and he'd ply the DJs with hookers and drugs. And they would play the radio.
Shelley.
And I was thinking about that if you name your kid Shelley, he's destined to be a deplorable person. If you haven't noticed that, everybody named Shelley. I hope you don't know anyone named Shelley, but well, besides Shelley Winters, though, I am a big fan of Shelley Winters. So, do you remember that scene in the Poseidon Adventure, Rich, when she was swimming? Yes.
With Eddie Albert?
Yes.
I remember it.
Do you know what party they were celebrating on the ship?
Wasn't it New Year's?
It was.
about
Very
that?
good. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah.
And Maureen McGovern sang that song the morning after
Stop
from that
it.
movie.
That's right.
Yes, I bet you'd do a good version of that. Maybe.
Hmm.
See, we should do a Poseidon Adventure show one time.
All right.
And get the soundtrack, and Rich could reenact the Shelley Winters scene in my pool.
Underwater. Yeah. Love the underwater shots. We'll have to get him an evening gown.
So the Nancy, the guitar player, she's a very good guitar player. Very good for a girl, especially.
Wow.
I knew that was coming. I was prepared for that.
Well, she is. I'll give you a quiz. Both of you. Who is she married to, or was she married to?
L. Ron Hubbard.
Wrong.
Jimmy
Close.
Page.
She is married to Cameron Crowe, the famous director, who directed the movie Fast Times at Ridgemont High, which is my favorite comedy movie of all time, with Spicoli and all that stuff. And Nancy made a cameo in that movie.
She did?
She was the pretty girl in the car. That when the guy had to go deliver seafood and he pulls up to a light and he's wearing his pirate costume and he looks over at the hot chick in the car next to him and she's smiling at him and he thinks it's because he's cool and stuff, but she's laughing at him because he's wearing a pirate costume. And then that was her. That was Nancy Wilson. So
Cool.
what else? So let's get to you now, Joan. Let's talk about your life, your upbringing, your musical influences in life. And were you born and raised in New Jersey?
No, I was born in Brooklyn.
Oh, snap! Did I know that?
I don't know, maybe
think I
not.
did.
Born, I moved to Jersey 10 years ago, but I was born and raised in Brooklyn, and grew up with two older brothers. So that really was a big influence
there you go.
on the kind of music I listened to, and why I loved Zeppelin and the Stones and some of the older bands. But there was a funny thing, like when, at least in my neighborhood, I'm from Bay Ridge in Brooklyn. If you were a Zeppelin fan, you could not also be a Who fan at the same time. It was one or the other. You couldn't like them both.
Where I was from.
See? So that was a general thing. So, and it was like, you knew who the Who fans were, and you knew who the Zeppelin fans were. So I was definitely Zeppelin. Yep.
Yeah.
And Heart was just really, for me, a really great female role model for rock and roll singing. And
So now, would you say Zeppelin is your favorite band of all time? This is a dilemma. It's going to be on tape forever. You cannot change your answer after this.
Kind of like the Super Bowl prediction that you refuse to talk about.
I deleted that.
Oops. Yeah, I think I would have to say that Zeppelin is my all-time favorite band.
We're going on record now. Let's all name
Yeah.
our favorite band. Rich, I know yours is Rush. Mine's the Rolling Stones. That's it. We can never change it. That's
Okay.
it. It's written in stone.
Unless somebody better comes along.
Ah, well, what's the chances of that?
Slim and none.
I'll go on record as saying no possible way will there be ever any band that's even close to as good as any of those bands. There won't be a band coming around that will be as good as Heart ever. In the history
Unless
of the
we
world.
got together.
Yeah, well, so how that worked out. So I was sitting here on
Indeed.
this stupid show now.
That's right.
Instead of out
That's
playing
why we're
music.
live from Dennis's house.
Yeah. So actually, I saw Heart last summer at upstate New York. We happened to be away, and we're right near Bethel, New York, where they held the original Woodstock, and they have this outdoor theater now. It's kind of like the Art Center around here in New Jersey, but this theater is beautiful. It's the best place to see music, and it worked out good. So we went, we saw Heart there, and Jason Bonham Band opened up for them, and he played all Led Zeppelin songs, right? For like a half hour. Then they came out, Heart came out, they did their songs. Then they did a whole Led Zeppelin segment. Then Jason Bonham came out and they did another Led Zeppelin segment at the
That's
end when
cool.
they did Stairway to Heaven, Kashmir, and all his stuff. So
That's
it was
cool.
a magnificent show, I must say. So,
Cool.
So Rich, what else you got to say back there?
Nothing. I have a funny news story.
Do you?
Now, yeah, being as it's Olympic time and we're going around the globe, there's a funny story out of Norway. Seems that Wednesday morning, a boy who lives in Dhaka, Norway, which is about 110 kilometers north of Oslo, sometime before 6 a.m. got into his parents' car with his 18-month-old sister, and he was driving the car to his parents' house. So he got about 60 kilometers away and he crashed into a ditch. This is a 10-year-old kid. So guy driving the snowplow pulled him out of the ditch, and what he told the snowplow driver was that he was a dwarf and he lost his license, or he forgot his license at home.
That's pretty smart for a
Kid's a
10-year-old.
genius.
Yeah, Did they let him off or what?
Quick thinking.
Yeah, the cops didn't really charge him with anything because he wrecked his parents' car.
Oh, they don't have any law or rules in
Yeah,
Norway
Norway,
anyway,
No.
Hey, it's still doing that metric system, I see.
Yeah, that's right. It was kilometers.
right? Well said.
Remember when they tried to make us learn the metric system?
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, no. The only country that matters is the United States. We're not switching to the metric system. And then they forgot about it. So
They
I
did.
still don't know what a kilometer is.
I thought it was a kilometer.
That's right.
Something like that.
Uh-huh.
I'll have 2 kilometers of soda, please. So there was quite a few deaths this past week, too, that I think we should report on. Rich, me and you discussed one where we're actually going to, because the America's Sweetheart died. Shirley Temple, everybody knows, Shirley Temple Black. And we decided that I was going to sing Animal Crackers in My Soup when you were going to do a tap dance. Are you prepared to go through with that now?
I didn't bring the right shoes. I was prepared.
So, were you influenced by Shirley Temple at all as a child?
No, but you know what? I did get a Shirley Temple doll as a gift for Christmas, and immediately the first thing I did was brush her hair straight. Because she had these beautiful ringlet curls, but I don't. I wanted her to look like me.
Exactly.
My mother was furious, because it was one of those things you really should have...
Collectible.
Yeah, you
right?
should
Now,
have kept it in
would
the
be
box.
Like $10 million right now if you sold it on
Right.
eBay.
Oh, well. I still have it, but she's got straight hair. I can curl her hair. I mean...
Yeah, it's even rarer, the straight-haired Shirley
See?
Temple.
That's
yeah.
right. It's how she really looked.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, yeah, and then Sid Caesar died as well. He was a very funny comedian. But I have to say, it's kind of before my time because I don't think I've ever seen that show. The Show of Shows that they're always talking about is supposed to be like one of the funniest shows ever, and they were all geniuses. Did you ever see it?
Nope.
So, all right, doesn't count then.
All right.
All right.
We'll
move
have to
on.
look. We'll have to check it out.
So, and, who else died? Mr. Walton died. Ralph Waite, the father on the Waltons. You never
Was
heard?
he ever even on the show? No, I mean, I don't ever remember what he did.
He was the
You said
father.
Walton, I'm thinking he's been dead for years. But that's the
That's what
Walmart
I
guy.
say every time. When they said Shirley Temple's dead, I said, oh, again? And Sid Caesar, I know, died at least 5 years ago. There's no way he's just died. And very sad, the guitarist from Devo died. He was very relatively young. He was 60 years old, and he passed away. But what I also want to talk about is, what's the guy's name? Bruce Jenner. Speaking of the Olympics, what is going on with him? He had a what they call this thing?
Adam's
apple.
shaved.
Adam's apple surgery. Plastic
Yeah.
surgery
What,
to
to
shave
have it removed?
Not
Yep.
to minimize, to make it
Shaved
smaller.
it down or something.
He
like-
already looks like a woman.
Exactly.
Why?
Nobody does that unless they're getting a sex change operation. So, and he's grown his hair long. He's got
And
2
they've gotten
earrings.
divorced, right?
They got
Haven't they?
divorced. I'm telling you, that's it.
He
So,
was gonna. No, I heard he was gonna go back into the Summer Olympics and compete as a woman this time, and he would be the only one who would win a medal
As a man?
male and then a female.
At
Some people
60.
do Summer Olympics and Winter Olympics. He's gonna do as a male and a female.
Oh,
Yes.
that's pretty great.
Impressive.
so
That
speaking
would
of
be.
that leads me to my next story. Do you guys remember Bree Walker? She was a newscaster many years ago, and she just got a DWI. And this is her. Look at this picture here.
Looks like a car.
You see that? Look at that before and after.
it's
Look how beautiful she
terrible.
was.
See what
And
drinking
now-
will do to you?
Just say no.
Just say no.
Look at that.
That's
Now,
terrible.
this, why do people get plastic surgery? No one ever looks better after plastic surgery. You always look
Absolutely
like
agree.
this. So, like, who's going to run out and say, I want plastic surgery now? I want to look like Bree Walker. But anyway, she was a famous
kinda looks like
newscaster.
Jimmy Walker.
She actually is a lobster girl as well. That's what brought her to the attention. She has that condition where she has 2 like claw hands.
Oh, I remember. I remember that. I remember her.
And she got into some scandal. She was having like a affair with the co-anchor. They were both married and stuff, and it was a big scandal. So she's had a rough life, but
Doesn't
just
get much
say
rougher than
no.
that.
Don't
Yes.
get plastic surgery. Do it gracefully. No one looks better. Look at Joan Rivers.
Oof.
She could be 100. She'll still look better.
That's right.
Let's play a little more of this.
All right.
Talk a little bit more about heart. Have some. Oh, let's show our cup.
Yes. Live from Dennis's house. Thanks for having me. It's fabulous.
Welcome. So tell us more about growing up in your bands that you've been in. Well, you have like a great broad voice for Broadway as well. Didn't you were in the shows and things like that?
Yes, I did some touring and some off-Broadway stuff. I actually was on Broadway at the Promenade, but it's not, even though it's on Broadway, it's uptown, so it's not like the bright lights of Broadway,
I
so it
see.
doesn't really count, but
It's on Broadway in 152.
70,
Street.
72nd, not that terrible. It's not on a side street.
That's good too.
But yeah, and actually this summer I sang at the Kennedy Center doing a stage singing of a new musical by someone who actually is from New Jersey, and I met her here actually, and her brother plays piano at Due Amici. That's how I met her, and
Okay.
and I got to sing at the Kennedy Center in D.C. It
Wow.
was really awesome.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah.
Was the president there?
He wasn't. He didn't
No.
make it. No.
No.
He mustn't have known that I was
Yeah,
going
right?
to be there.
What's up with that?
He didn't get the memo.
Yeah. So, what other plays have you been in, or what is your favorite play? How about that? I know my favorite play because I only have one. Rent. I see it like 1,000 times.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I could tell you my least favorite play.
Is Rent?
Yes. Isn't that terrible? It really is. I'm almost loath to admit it because I went to the theater, and I have to say that it was 10 or 12 years ago I saw it on Broadway, and I really wanted to leave at intermission, and I felt like I'm old. I don't like the. You know what? I didn't care for the characters. I wanted them to die already. Who cares? Die already.
See this? I bet you didn't see it with the original cast.
I did. I must have.
Not 10, 12 years ago. You didn't.
When did it first come out?
Came out in 1996. That was how many years ago was that, Rich? Quick, get your calculator out.
I don't know. It had to have been very close to the original cast if it wasn't the original. But anyway, did you see it with the original cast?
Not when it first came out. Many years later, when they came back.
Maybe that would have been different.
Yeah, it is hugely different.
So anyway, I was very disappointed in that. But my favorite. It's really hard.
Yeah, I have going on record again.
I know. I have to really think about that.
All right, we'll get to you at the end of the show. We'll come back and.
Right. It's got to be Sondheim, but I don't know which.
Rich, you want to chime in about your favorite play?
Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah. Nice.
Really? What about cats? What about cats?
Meow.
I have a dog.
Meow. Cats is terrible. Did you see Cats?
No.
Oh, it's terrible.
I haven't seen that many plays. I've seen Rent like 15 times, and that's about it.
How do you do that?
Did you know that I was on Broadway in Dennis's Technicolor Dreamcoat?
Did you wear your smoking jacket?
Yes, that's it. I wasn't in the theater or anything. I was just parading down Broadway.
That is a great show. Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, I must say.
There's a lot of stuff I need to find out. I need to go to more Broadway plays. I'd like to see all of these. I'd like to see Jersey Boys and what else? What other plays are there that I want to see, Rich?
Wicked. You want to see?
Yes.
You should take your wife to see Wicked. Yeah, it's good. And your daughter would love
I
it.
think Les Miserables coming back.
You mean Less Miserable?
That's what I was
Miserable.
going to say, but I didn't want to sound stupid, so I figured I'd let you say it.
I enjoyed that movie. I went to the movie with my wife and kid and daughter, and they both hated it. They're like Russell Crowe singing. This is terrible. What'd you take me to? But I loved it.
I loved it. I thought they
Very
did.
sensitive man.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
I laughed. I cried.
Yep, I love Les Mis. I think they did a great job in the movie. Russell Crowe was, I think, unfortunately a little intimidated by the singing, and that he let that affect his acting. But other than that, it was really a great movie.
Yeah, it was good. So do you also work in a dental office as well? Do you have any funny teeth story to share with us?
I actually had to sit in the chair today and get a crown re-cemented.
Wow.
And I said...
That's not really funny.
No, I guess not. So I said, look, I have to sing tonight, so you better be quick and good and not make me numb. And they were awesome.
Oh,
so
that would have been funny if your mouth was numb and you were trying to sing.
yeah, hilarious. So big shout out to all my friends at All in the Family Dental Care. They're awesome.
Yes.
Yes.
So the funniest story I ever had, one time I was under the gas getting a tooth filled, and when I woke up, my pants were undone.
You're lying. You wish. He wishes his pants were undone.
Isn't that a Seinfeld episode?
Yeah, his shirt was untucked though, so I changed it up to be pants undone. See? It's not really stealing if you change it a little.
I see.
So, all right. So other stories that I've heard. Rich, do you have any more stories? I don't want to take your story.
Just the 10-year-old dwarf driving.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
Did you hear that there's a clown shortage? That according to the World Clown Association, the membership has dropped drastically in the last 10 years. And that they're very concerned that going forward, when all these clowns die out, there's not going to be any left. So, kids out there looking for a good career, I'm not sure of the pay scale, but there's plenty of opportunities to be a clown. So, Rich, your kids graduating from college, they may want to go to clown college instead, Look into that.
What kind of money they offering?
I'm not sure what a clown gets paid, but, you get those big shoes, though. That's a good perk. Let's talk a little bit more about Heart, though, before we end the show here.
All right.
Because we have this picture again. Look how beautiful they are. And look at all this stuff inside the album. I'll hold it back here. Block Rich out. Look,
Rich.
see?
Cool.
How much fun I would spend hours just looking at all these pictures over and over and over. And then you go over here, we got the lyrics and all the band members and everything like that. It's just, this is the most fun you can have in an afternoon. Sit there all day looking at that. And then you could smell it. But it didn't smell back then. So that's my new thing now to take me back is I snort my albums.
Nice. That's the most powerful sense memory. Smell is the one sense
really?
that will bring you back to a memory quicker than any other sense.
Oh, wow. I did not know that. There you go.
That's the fact portion of the show.
Yes.
Indeed.
Now listen to this song. Listen how beautiful this song is. You can, sitting down by the ocean now. So you know, time's like almost up. So if we have anything else to discuss, we better discuss it now. Do I have anything I wanted to talk about? Oh, we didn't talk about Anne. We talked about Nancy who's married, but we don't know about Anne's life. Yeah. So. Does anybody know anything about Anne?
Sorry.
I know she's clean now. She used to be a drug and alcohol problem, and she came over that. She has a weight issue as well, but you know, I don't know. Anything else? We went over everything else, Rich. The show's almost over.
I think you covered it.
You want to do a review on this album? Would you purchase this, Rich, if it was 1976, or did you own this when you were a kid?
I did not own the album. I think I had the 8-track.
Oh, really?
Wow.
You could start your own competition show, Rich. And
There you go.
vintage 8-track live from Rich's house.
Then you get the player that double tracks and is playing 2 songs at once.
Yeah. Or in the middle of Stairway to Heaven, it click, 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 and it goes to the next track.
Awesome.
Did you know my nephew, he's obviously never experienced albums, and he was looking at this, and he had a Beatles album at my brother's house, and he wanted the song on side 2, and he's looking at it, and he puts it on, and he's like, where's the song Let It Be? I don't hear it. How do I get to it? He didn't realize that there's another side to it, and you have to flip it over. Kids today. So, yeah. So I would recommend this album very much. This is a classic, a must-have in every collection. So go out and get it. I bet you could easily get this one. And go to your local record store, go on
Sam Goody
eBay.
probably has it.
Yeah, I had one of my albums recently. I just saw that had a sticker that said Sam Goody, but I took the plastic off of this one because I had to open it up and look at the pictures, see if they were naked inside or something.
That's right.
This was a family show.
Yeah, well, I was a deviant child, so what can you do? So, Dreamboat Annie, excellent choice, Joan. Now we're going to be performing a song. We're going to be doing Magic Man. Joan sings like an angel, and I hope you had fun. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you. Had a great time.
Yes, I hope you'll come back, and we'll do, the next one we'll do is Little Queen was the next album, right? And we'll do the whole Queen assemblage. I think it was Little Queen, and then Dog and Butterfly came out. So
okay.
I would really, Crazy on You is a good song. I'd love to
Yeah.
play that one. I'll learn that for next time.
Okay.
So
Cool.
here you
You're
go,
on.
live from Dennis's house. Make sure you subscribe. We'll see you every Sunday, 9 a.m. on YouTube. Woo!
Woohoo! Happy Sunday.
Yep. Magic Man by Heart by Joan and Dennis.
Cold late night, so long ago, when I was not so strong, you know. A pretty man came to me, never seen eyes so blue. I could not run away, it seemed. We'd seen each other in a dream. Seemed like he knew me, he looked right through me, yeah. Come on home, girl, he said with a smile. You don't have to love me, but let's get high a while. Try to understand, try to understand. Try to understand. I'm a magic man. Winter nights we sang in tune, played inside the months of moon. Never think of never, let this spell last forever. Summer lover past to fall, tried to realize it all. Mama says she's worried, growing up in a hurry, yeah. Come on home, girl, Mama cried on the phone. Too soon to lose my baby, and my girl should be at home. But try to understand, try to understand. Try to understand. with a smile, I cast my spell of love on you, a woman from a child. But try to understand, try to understand. Oh, try to understand. Try to understand. He's a magic man. Oh, he's got his magic hands. A cold late night so long ago, when I was not so strong, you know, a pretty man came to me, never seen eyes so blue. I could not run away, it seemed. We'd seen each other in a dream. Seemed like he knew me. He looked right through me, yeah. Come on home, girl, he said with a smile. You don't have to love me, but let's get high a while.